What's up, heroes? Charlie with Hero Wars Central here. I just wanted to remind you real quick about the Hero Wars survey that I've got going on right now. Link in the description. It's the very first link in the description box down below. I'd like to wrap up the survey in the next 2 weeks or so by the end of January. So if you haven't yet, please jump on there and fill out the survey. It's gonna help me out a lot making videos for you guys in the future. I know a lot of people are curious about the results, and so am I. I've actually not looked at them in a little while intentionally because I want to be surprised. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what you guys put up there. So enjoy the video.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central. Today, we're going to talk about vampirism. What it is, who has it, how it works. We're going to talk about it in just a second. But first, if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I like to do Hero Wars videos for new players based on the mobile and Facebook versions of the game. So if you find this information helpful, please consider caressing that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to follow me and get notifications on when I post videos, go ahead and subscribe and turn on that check that notification bell, and you'll get notified, and you can be part of that notification crew. So first of all, vampirism is a stat in Hero Wars that is, it can be simple to think about, but maybe not. I don't know. So first, let's start with Dorian. And the reason why I start with Dorian is because aesthetically, he is a vampire. I mean, he's not actually a vampire. I believe that he is, let's see, he's got blood magic. Okay, so he's not a vampire, but he's got blood magic. And you can see here, hero stats, he actually does not have vampirism as a stat. But just because vampirism doesn't show up on the stat list doesn't actually mean he doesn't have vampirism. Okay, interestingly enough, his skills will support vampirism, but he himself doesn't have vampirism natively. His ability, he's got his ultimate is a fountain of blood, which creates vampirism for your whole team. Okay, he has, sacrifice health to heal enemies, deal damage and replenish health. But this initiation, his violet skill, increases vampirism of nearby allies, and he's a physical healer. His artifact weapon is a physical attack bonus. So if you can get him next to a Kira or a Ginger or an Ishmael or, a heavy hitting or a fast hitting, excuse me, physical hitter, then he's very strong. You can put him next to Orion or whoever as well, but not the point of this video. Kind of got off a tangent there. So I wanted to mention Dorian first because when it comes to vampirism, he's what people think of first, but he doesn't actually have vampirism. So who does have vampirism? Well, I'm going to start from the least amount of vampirism to the most, and we'll talk about each hero in turn. So at max, Galahad has 45% vampirism. Okay, you can see here he has 15% now, and he gets it from his items. You can see the sacrificial dagger is 5%. If you go up a little bit higher, you can see here another 5%. I believe, no, not this weapon. Let's just go all the way up here. I believe that, let's see. No, one of these is vampirism. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it is just the orange +4. Okay, bad example. Bad example. His items is where he gets his vampirism from, and there is a point that he stops getting items with vampirism on it. And like I said, he caps out at 45% vampirism. And before we move on to our next hero that has vampirism, I just wanted to discuss the stat as a whole. You can see that this is a 15% total. Okay, it's not represented by a number like an 1177 or a 2952.8. This is 15%. So to put it plainly, Galahad's damage, any damage he does, this is after armor, this is after, crit calculations, this is after everything. The actual damage number that he does to an enemy, 15% of that total damage is converted back to health, back to Galahad. That's why Galahad is such an effective tank, even though he was initially a warrior. because his Iron Skies skill, he ults so frequently, does a ton of damage to the whole team, and a lot of it is pure damage with the Haroon's Pride Violet skill on top of that. So yeah, flat percentage of his damage dealt will come back as health. The next hero that has Vampirism, the next highest hero, is Cleaver. Cleaver has at most at cap 55% Vampirism, and I think it's from this Wasp item right here. Okay, so at max level, at least on Facebook, I should say, at max level, he has 55% Vampirism. That's what actually makes him a pretty effective tank. And he's the only tank, aside from Galahad, that has Vampirism. So he has a little bit of self-heals. He does have his self-damaging ability, Putrefaction. And that is actually, I believe that's pure damage. Yeah, it deals pure damage. So it ignores armor, it ignores magic defense, it ignores physical, ignores armor, magic defense, etc., etc. So it's a nice little heal back to Cleaver. And that's one of the reasons why Cleaver is so effective as a tank. The next hero that has Vampirism is Ishmael. Where are you, Ish? Here you go. So Ishmael, right? Ishmael, I don't have Vampirism on here yet, but it's probably from one of these items. I don't want to equip any of these items because I don't want to waste it, but I don't believe that it's a skill. Yeah, I'm sorry, it is a skill. His blue skill, Darkcraft, gives Vampirism, and at max level on Facebook, he has 65% Vampirism. So this is one of the two heroes, maybe three, that has Vampirism as a skill, but it doesn't actually show up in his stat list. Okay, it's just a skill, and he has the Vampirism. It's still there, but it doesn't show up. And like I said, Ishmael gets 65% Vampirism. The next hero with Vampirism is one of my least favorite heroes, and that is Arachne. And let's see if it's a skill. It must be an item. Let's just equip all. Let's see what happens. She's pretty low, so she probably won't have. Yeah, I haven't leveled her up at all. I haven't promoted her much, so she won't have Vampirism, but she's the second most vampiric hero at 80%. And that's one of the reasons why she's kind of an effective hitter. I don't think she's that good. I think she's a noob trap. I've called her that many times. She is effective in the right team. So, don't get me wrong. She is effective at times. I was lucky enough to get the new winter skin on here. Pretty cool skin, actually. And, I kind of like Arachne. I like the aesthetic of Arachne. Let's just take a look at her. This is probably my favorite skin that she's got, the mechanical skin. Yeah. Anyway, the number one hero, the hero in the game that has the most Vampirism, that gains the most benefit from Dorian, is actually one of my Bob team subs, and that is Kai. Okay, Kai is another hero that doesn't show up as a stat. It actually shows up as his Violet skill, Stolen Life. Passive skill increases Vampirism, and he actually has 110% Vampirism. That means that if he does 1,000 damage, he actually heals 1,100 health back, which is kind of crazy. If Kai was a little bit stronger, I think that Kai would be overpowered. His knockup is amazing, doesn't stun, but still does pretty good damage. Another flat damage skill, and then you have this, which is another kind of an area of effect damage still. So this guy is pure damage. He doesn't do any kind of control effect like Kira and her silence, or Kark and his stun. Pure damage. I like Kai. I think he's pretty awesome. I think that his solar skin is the best skin. Again, not to go off on a tangent, but I think I like Kai a lot. I wish he was just a little bit stronger. He would make my main team. So that's Vampirism, guys. And I believe that's the last of the stats that I was trying to cover. I know that it's taken a month or two to cover this last stat, but I wanted to cover this stat today because tomorrow, Friday, is going to be the debut of my new series, Free to Play Friday, a series where I do a completely free to play playthrough of Hero Wars and show you how you can be effective without spending $1 or a euro or a whatever mark or whatever currency you are. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, caressing that like button. It would be super helpful. And for all of us here at Hero Wars Central Headquarters, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow.